Good afternoon. Today we're gonna talk about eco-friendly and green products in the world. But how do we know what real and what just marketing spin? And I'm Helen. So today I have invited two guests with me. That is Dr. Timo. He's doing specializing in biodegradable products, and Shan doing environmental business organization in Hong Kong.
Thank you, Helen. So Helen is from Vietnam, and Dr. Timo is from Germany. We are quite international, I think. Well, we haven't come up with our title, What is our podcast? Because I was worried, should we use eco-friendly?
Because it's prone to greenwashing. Yeah, I think that's the main problem with greenwashing.
The first podcast, we would like to discuss about the combating greenwashing. It had been a couple of years. In 2015 or 2014 is very popular, explode in the social media.
Greenwashing, as probably everybody knows, is something that you say something what is not true, or that is not true, and it's green color on it. Because the green stuff is selling better and better, of course, the marketing people get wind of it or gets to know it, and then they try to color their products green, which is not a problem if they are really green. But most of the time, they are not. They are just the same products with the same problems, but try to look better than they are.
It's really about the marketing and business again.
Yes, of course. Money is a thing there, and you want to sell, and marketing is not a big problem. It's normal, but if they say something which is not true, and that's for greenwashing, it's often the case. So for green stuff, for sustainability, eco-friendly, and so on, they are that not clear that you can label a lot of things as green, and that's a big problem. Also, that this idea to sell something because it's green is not very new, but it's also not that old. That regulation is very far advanced, I think, because you cannot say your product will make you grow faster or something. That's a thing that's easy that normally in most countries, or the product will make you live for 100 years. You cannot say that in most markets, for example, but you can say the product is let's say CO2 friendly or something, and nobody knows what this means, and it's not regulated that good. That's the problem.
Right. I did a little bit research. According to the European Commission, there's a 53% of green claims are still in a blurry, misleading, outright unfounded. There's no wonder why customers are calling out a lot of greenwashing like never before. In 2024, the buzz around greenwashing reached all-time high.
And the EU is normally very good at regulations, and there is even a regulation of greenwashing that it protects some claims and so on. But the problem, I think, in the European Union, and especially in some member states, is that they need to enforce also the regulation. The regulation is there. I think that you cannot make wrong claims there, but there are not that much enforcement in place as I see it, because there are a lot of claims in the world. It's also quite difficult to say, okay, this is for sure greenwashing. You can tell a lot of products as green, even if they are not, because lack of good verifications of third parties. There are a lot of labels and so on, but the thing is, which label is really true? This is also for other stuff. It's a problem for meat quality, also for other stuff, but it's also a problem with green products.
I found a fun fact. It's about social media. Because nowadays, the social media is being shaped by younger, more environmentally conscious generation, like Gen Z, like Helen. Helen, you're Gen Z, right? Okay. So
You're talking about me.
that's right, because we were talking about social media. It is exploding, this greenwashing wordings. I just saw it when I do the research. There's a movement under consumptions. It's quite different from my generation. My generation is more showing off. I bought a new shoes. I have new things. A lot of open box, right? But now the underconsumption is in another way, squeezing out the last drop of toothpaste from the tube. I'm using everything I'm consuming.
When I was a student, I did also do this, but mostly because I don't want to buy new stuff. You can use a lot of toothpaste out of a nearly empty toothpaste box.
Interesting.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing because just consumption, because to show off is that makes nobody happy than the people who sell. So, because just to consume something will not help your happiness. That's an important point. I think the biggest problem with greenwashing, to come back to greenwashing, is that things who are really green and not washed green are not as appreciated as they could be, because there's a lot of stuff in the market which say we are green, we are recyclable, and we are everything else, and we make the environment better. And you don't, and they are much the same as before, and you don't see the ones which are really better. So there's a big problem in the verification process, and it's also difficult for the consumer. You cannot read everything without and have to read a lot and to see what is really correct and what is just bullshit marketing, let's say. And there's a lot of it, and even if these underconsumption or other trends get better, I think the greenwashing will get more and more, because the people see we can sell with this promise that we are better, and then they will make more greenwashing, and maybe the products get even worse and worse, because on the one side they do greenwashing, on the other side they make the product cheaper and maybe less recyclable, for example, or less reusable. And that's it's the same mind. The one who do greenwashing are the same who make the product or the idea to do greenwashing, to sell more, is the same idea as, I think, to make a product cheaper, to make it to increase the money that you get. So it's the same idea and the same people essentially doing this thing.
It is almost a big conflict. Make it cheaper, greener, but
yes.
That will be another topic.
Yeah.